Brittney Griner Russia drug case timeline, prison, trial. On Tuesday, a Moscow court rejected Brittney Griner's appeal of her 9-year sentence on drug charges, a completely anticipated result in a trial that U.S. and international officials have called an illegitimate proceeding, as reported by ESPN's T.J. Quinn.
U.S. officials have said they believe Russia will eventually send the WNBA star home in a prisoner swap, but have expressed frustration over what they say is Russia's failure to respond to the significant offer the United States made in June.
Griner's absence has continued to weigh on all those in the basketball community who know and care about her as each milestone date has passed in 2022. So much time has passed. Griner has missed the start of the WNBA season, the All-Star Game, the beginning of the playoffs and the FIBA World Championship. She was expected to be part of all of it, just as she had been for the past decade as a star center for the Phoenix Mercury and the U.S. women's national team. Instead, the 2013 No. 1 draft pick and NCAA, WNBA and Olympic champion has been detained in Russia since being arrested in February on charges that she brought vape cartridges carrying a small amount of cannabis oil into the country. Griner was sentenced to 9 years in prison in August, and her appeal was denied October 25, 250 days since she was arrested. The United States continues to try to negotiate for her freedom, along with that of fellow American prisoner Paul Whelan. Griner's fellow professional basketball players, in both the WNBA and NBA, keep saying her name. NBA Finals MVP Stephen Curry gave public support to Griner on October 18, her 32nd birthday and the night of the Golden State Warriors ring ceremony, telling the crowd, "We hope that she comes home soon, and that everybody's doing their part to get her home." Griner's ordeal began as she was returning to Russia to finish her overseas season there. When it will end, and how the lengthy detention will affect the rest of her life and career, is unknown. Here is a look at the events of the past 8 months while Griner has been imprisoned, and how the White House and those closest to her have tried to do all they can to bring her home. February 17, Mercury star is detained. While traveling to Russia to play overseas in the off-season, Griner is detained at Sheremetyevo Airport outside of Moscow after customs officials allege they found vape cartridges that contained oil derived from cannabis in her luggage. Griner was returning to play for club team UMMC Ekaterinburg in Russia, where she has competed in the WNBA off-season since 2014. There is no public announcement of her arrest. February 24. Russia invades Ukraine. Russian military forces, on the orders of Vladimir Putin, invade Ukraine, triggering a series of harsh economic sanctions from the United States and other Western nations that complicate efforts by U.S. officials to bring Griner home. Quinn on ESPN Daily, How Putin Uses Sports to Maintain Power. March 5. News breaks of Griner's detainment. The Russian Federal Customs Service, as first reported by the New York Times, announces it has Griner in custody on drug charges. The WNBA and Griner's agent say they are working to get her home. Griner faces a maximum sentence of 10 years. Russia has harsh drug laws with no exceptions for cannabis under any circumstances. March 6. U.S. Secretary of State discusses Griner's detainment. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the United States will provide every possible assistance to citizens who are being held in foreign countries. We have an embassy team that's working on the cases of other Americans who are detained in Russia, he adds. We're doing everything we can to see to it that their rights are upheld and respected. March 17, U.S. State Department tells ESPN it has not had access to Griner.
Although she has been detained a month, U.S. officials say they still haven't spoken to Griner since she was arrested.
A State Department official issues a statement to ESPN, saying, "We insist the Russian government provide consular access to all U.S. citizen detainees in Russia, including those in pretrial detention, as Brittney Griner is." The source close to Griner said they have gotten frequent updates on her from her team of Russian attorneys. "I wouldn't say she's good, but she's okay," the source said.